Hello traders, this is McBillion. Today is January 11, 2016 and let's talk about the market. Let's start with the spider. The spider, as you can see here, is totally broken. This is a chart that is totally broken. Now, which are the support? What is the resistance? The support is 188. This is breaking down really bad. Today you can see here the lowest was 189. I think it might go to 188, which is the Fibonacci support. Now the resistance is 193. If you see that start going about 193, we might have a test to the 5 simple moving average, which is 195. But remember, we are on a bear line, meaning you should be shorting any rally. That should be the game right now because this is so broken and DMI is bearish. Another thing that you have to feel and you have to know is earning report season start today. Alcoa report after market close, they bid on earnings but they miss on revenue. So that doesn't give you a good news, especially in this kind of broken market. So now we're gonna have to wait for the blue chips like Apple, Netflix, Amazon. We're gonna have to wait for Tesla. We're gonna have to wait for many big companies to see what's going on. But I think it's not good. I think it's ugly. I don't think we're gonna easily bounce from here. So you gotta really be careful and short the rallies. That's the game. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple, as you can see here, totally broken. It's in a free fall, and the Fibonacci support is a 94. Remember, back in August, we went there, we bounced about this level, and it was about it. Now, earnings are coming, so any chart pattern that you see is you have to be careful because if you go long and short right here, it always gonna depend on earnings. And that's something that we play on McBillion. We play earnings, so you should join McBillion. So I will send alerts to short or long the stock the day before the earnings. And we did really good last time, so you should join us. So now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Amazon. Amazon right here, a major support trend. We went right there at 600, 699, 698, we bounced. So we can see that the bears broke the resistance, the support, but it bounced, it still bounced. So I think if we break down below today's low is 598.57. Then these things can get really ugly and visit and close this gap right here, which is around 570. But all depends on the earnings. The earnings is coming in January 28, and this is another one that is on my watch list. And this season and these earnings seasons, company have to beat not only earnings and revenue, but it has to be really good for the companies to rally on the price. If they come short, this is gonna break down really bad and probably gonna go to 486. So I think it's gonna be a really good earnings report season. So get in McBillion. Now let's talk about APA. This is an oil company. Look at this. It break down the major support 36. I was going long right here. It didn't work. We got out. We stopped the bleeding, and I think now it's gonna go to 28. There's a little divergence on DMI, so we might get a test to the 36 again and go down to 28. I don't like oil right here. It's really bad. Baba is another one that was looking good right here, trying to break out 85, but it didn't work. It failed. And look at this, like a piece of stone testing this Fibonacci level, 69, 68. I think if this level doesn't hold, this thing is gonna go to the 50s. It doesn't look good either. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Facebook. Facebook break down this support and now test the 95.72 level. test that level and bounce really nicely, but it was intraday. We need to see if we're gonna hold this level before earnings. Earnings are coming in January 27. So right now there's nothing to trade on this chart. This is the kind of chart that you have nothing to trade there. Nothing. I don't see nothing. But we're gonna play the earnings on Facebook and it can pay huge. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about gold. I wanted to talk about gold because everybody's talking about gold. Gold is bullish. This is the only thing that is bullish in the market. You can see here DMI is bullish. It bounced from the support. Now I think it's gonna test the 50 simple moving average, which is the 103 level or the 100 level. That will be a nice level to go long, and the target will be the Fibonacci 110 NGLD. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Goldman Sachs. This is a bank stock, and you can see here looks terrible. Right here the support was 167, and it break down that level, so it doesn't look really really good. It's gonna go down. You can see here the little support at 163, but that's all. There's a very little support right there, and the rest of this thing is gonna be 167. This one is gonna report in January 20. So nothing to trade right here, but this is on my list for earnings report. Now let's talk about the Russell. The Russell also looks terrible. It breaks down support at 106. It breaks down this trend support. It breaks down everything. I think it's gonna go to 100. 100 is the level to watch, but everything will depend on the earnings. Now let's talk about Microsoft. Microsoft is a major trend support. It break down the top of this gap, which is the Fibonacci 52. So it might go down and close the 48 gap, 48 bottom of the gap before earnings. The earnings are coming on January, or the end of January. Right now it's a major support, so watch out because it can be a nice short right here before earnings. If you break down this support below today's low, which is 51, get short because it is high probability that it's gonna test the bottom of this gap at $48. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Netflix. Netflix break down the support. It came up the next day. We make a lot of money on this one, and now it's still inside the trend line, but it doesn't look good. I think it's gonna break down any moment. This one is coming. The earnings are coming the 19. So this is gonna be really a nice one to go short or long on earnings. So usually I wait for the last day to send the alert. I will say, okay, buy 115 puts or buy 110 calls or 110 puts, whatever. So I usually use my method, DMI and Fibonacci, to have the last clue to see which one we're gonna go. So let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Tesla. That's the last one. Tesla break down this trend line right here. So as you can see, everything is broken. Everything is broken. I think this thing is gonna go to 189, which is the next support. So that's it. Nothing to trade. Just wait for the earnings. This is another one to trade the earnings. Join McBillion. We're gonna trade the earnings. I have a nice promotion on my website. You can subscribe for $2.99 lifetime, one-time payment. You get everything. My mentoring. You get the alert. You get video updates. You get everything from McBillion. You can check also on the website the last earning report season. We made over 579 profits. So even though it was not the best earning report season, we made money. And I think this one is gonna be awesome. So join McBillion.